Hi traders and welcome to the daily recap show for today, which was Tuesday the 6th of September. So we said initial resistance on the FTSE was at 72.96 to 73.04, although we do need to be aware of the 72.87 level as well. We said this was an area to a level to reference. Acceptance above that zone could see moves towards 73.45 to 53. Sustained breaks below 72.57 to 65 could see further downside. So let's go and have a look at the FTSE today. Okay, so off the bat we had the 72.57, 72.65 zone, which was minor support. We was looking for breaks below that really to short, but we got the rejection from that, or the acceptance above that zone. We got the really strong impulsive push up. We did get a rejection candle from this initial resistance zone, but it didn't break down. So we had a reversal signal, but it didn't trigger, and then we got that impulsive push up. So on the retest here, there's really nice reversal pattern here, which pushed higher. Notice we did say we needed to reference that 72.87 level, which was there. Where is it? There. That was because that was yesterday's closing price. So even though we were pulling down here, we really needed to have any stops below that level because that was an area that could attract because it was yesterday's closing price. It's a magnet. So that pushed higher. We then pulled back and we held this level here at 72.87. Would have been very risky taking longs into this zone just in case we'd got the acceptance back below the zone and then held this zone as resistance to push down. But all the time it was holding 72.87, we still had the ability to push higher, which we did. We actually got a really nice reversal signal here off that 72.87 zone. Again, very tricky one to take as it would have been back into that zone we had there. But you can see how if you use this reference level as well, that was the key level for today. We then got that push higher into the zone at 72.96 to 73.04. So any longs that you had for pushing higher up into this 73.45 to 73.53, you would have been wanting to manage them in this minor zone here. As always, risk management is key. And then that would have we wouldn't have reached that full objective, but plenty of room there from these levels to book some profits. We have now since got that impulsive push back through that initial resistance zone this morning. We've also went through that 72.87 zone. Look what happened. Went through 72.87, pulled back, held it there. So if you could have managed, if you had a this signal here was a little bit too aggressive for me. Risk to reward wasn't right either. But if you could have managed to have got that in there, a signal in there for as per your trade plan, that was a really nice trade. We have since held again this 72.57 to 72.65 zone as support. Although that would have been again another tricky trade to take, and we're now just approaching this other resistance zone that we had. So nothing really clear cut for me in terms of my plan. This here was probably the trade of the day. If you'd had a tight stop, you would have been stopped, but if you had that stop below that 72.87 reference level that we spoke about in the report this morning, you would have been able to manage that trade up here into this level, into this zone here. So that's probably the only trade that we could have taken as per our plan. But you can see that those zones and that reference level worked really, really well today. So if you could, hopefully you managed to incorporate your trade plan into some of this analysis. So that was the FTSE, quite a lot to digest there. Now let's go and take a look at the DAX. Okay, so we said that acceptance above 12.815 to 835 initial resistance could see moves towards 12.880 to 12.900, and a sustained break above 12.880 to 12.900 opened up moves towards main resistance. We said if we saw further downside momentum and sustained break below 12.710 to 735, we could see moves lower down. So let's go and have a look at the DAX today. Okay, so again, a bit like the FTSE, we got that initial push up through the initial resistance zone at 12.815 to 835. We got the acceptance and we saw that move into that 12.880 to 12.900 resistance zone. We said we needed to see some upside momentum and a sustained break above 12.880 to 900. Well, you see we got a break up here on the pullback. We didn't really sustain it. We actually moved back below, so no clear reversal patterns there. A sustained break is a clear acceptance above and then a pullback and a retest with a clear reversal there. If we'd seen a continuation pattern, or even a bit later a body reversal or something like that, a reversal pattern, that would have been valid, that would have been a sustained break. But we actually moved back below, and even here you can see we couldn't gain the acceptance. So we couldn't get that clear sustained break above that zone today for a move higher. But notice that this 815 to 835 zone has acted quite nicely today. A little bit choppy in that we got the strong push down here, we got the reversal pattern here. Risk reward not the best. Nice strong impulsive move up. When we pulled back later, we got a long there. Again, back below that resistance zone, this would have been a tricky trade to take. So all in all, a little bit of choppy action. The zones did work quite well on the FTSE and the Dax, but no real clear high probability trade opportunities. Sometimes the market's like that, but it's nice to know that the zones are working well and our reference points are working well. When you look for those sustained breaks, when you don't just trade blind and you look for the acceptance, you look for the sustained breaks, you look for the high probability trades, even when the market's reacting to your zones really well, it can keep you safe in the markets and stop you getting chopped out. So I hope you found this report useful. If you haven't already, please come join the Keyzone service. The link is in the box below. It's completely free to join. You get to be part of the Keyzone traders community and get these reports before the market opens. So hope you find them useful. Please let me know what you think in the comments box below. Hope you're having a great week, and I'll speak to you soon. Cheers.